shots, which Golding's hitting anyway at the moment, but you can't keep on doing that, you would think.
Well, only down 7, really. Mark Worthington misses a layup. Golding misses. It wasn't an easy layup, but the way he's playing, you wouldn't expect him to miss those anytime. So Adelaide could be, 4 more points that they could be down. And Adelaide's playing well, too. I mean, they're shooting the basketball at 66%.
There's not too many games you're shooting the ball at 66% this early in the game and you're down. So it all comes down to the defensive end. Both teams can probably just pick it up a little bit at that end, but both teams are executing very well.
Ballinger, that's his shot from the baseline. Melbourne are on fire.
I spoke to both coaches, Steve, before the game and said, look, normally you get your regular performances from your superstars in this sort of format in a final series. Who could be your X factor? And that was who Chris Anstey said, that Adam Ballinger loves coming to this gym. He's played here before. 4-time MVP with the Adelaide 36ers. Thinks that he could play very well here today. So he's come out very confident.
Tomlinson just leading Chris Golding. Golding too much, but he makes a heads-up play, and they get it back. Ballinger, he likes that matchup with him and Schenscher. Tomlinson, there's the mismatch. Ballinger from the baseline, that's his bread and butter.
They've all come out ready to go tonight. We just see a marked improvement in the intensity that they've come out with, and they're all ready to go, which goes to show the way they're shooting. They're switched on tonight.
And again, Adelaide are doing nothing wrong on the offensive end of the floor. At 7 of 11 from the field, 50% outside the three-point line. Worthington just moves out the defense. And we're going to go the other way. I don't think he really needed to either.
Just dipping that shoulder, wasn't it? That's the key factor. If he'd stayed a bit more upright, probably wouldn't have got the call against him. But anytime you dip that shoulder down into the opponent, it just draws attention to it. It doesn't look good.
Well, he'll have a seat. Tommy Greer comes in for him.
Gary Irvin back into the game as well. He's played very well head-to-head against Melbourne, averaging 19.5 points against Melbourne.
Tomlinson. Walker turning the corner. That'll count if it goes. He'll go to the foul line for a deuce.
He was winding up there too. I thought we were going to see a highlight reel on its way there, but a little nudge on his way got him off balance.
Tomlinson drawing 3 defenders.
And look, that's what Tomlinson's done a great job of all year, leading the league in assists, around 5 assists a game this year. He has to be one of the most improved players in the league. I think he could be upset if he doesn't win that this year. He's just shown marked improvement, and to lead the league in assists, he's doing a great job getting the ball to his shooters.
Ball squirts loose, goes to Gary Irvin. Walker not able to get the free throws. Carter catch and shoot from the corner. Yeah, he's feeling it too. He did not hesitate.
He was ready to go. He had his feet set, ready to catch and shoot. And the defense has to be aware of that. Know when a guy's looking to shoot, know when he's on fire, and you've got to get out to him. Adelaide doing a better job on Golding here. They've put Carter onto him, and he seems to be enjoying that matchup.
Very good defender is Rhys Carter. He'll be giving away some size in that matchup with Golding.
He's that sort of niggling defender as well. Someone that can put you off your game when you're in a bit of a groove, because he just gets right up into your grill and puts you off. Wow.
There was only 3 seconds left on the shot clock. I had to double check. I know he's hot, but my goodness.
I guess when you're 3 of 3 too, there's always that heat check factor. You got to get that one extra one up just to make sure.
Luke Schenscher, just that height for when somebody gets in his path. That elbow is sending some chin music.
Yeah, smart move by Adelaide too. Melbourne's gone with a smaller lineup on the court. They got Ballinger and Walker on in their 4-5 men, so they are small. However, Walker is athletic, but they need to start looking at Shencher down low. He's been very, very good against Melbourne, shooting the ball at 72% against Melbourne coming into this game.
Shencher gets his second. And without Jared Fry in the lineup and Rhys Carter in, that makes Adelaide a better free throw shooting team.
Just a much better shooting team in general. Fry shot the free throws at under 20%. From three-point line is in the, I think, under 20 as well. Whereas Carter, since he's come in and shot the ball reasonably well, just gives him that extra avenue.
That'll count.
Oh. Tough finish there. Tough finish. Took the bump. Bounced off. Threw it up there. If it's in the air, it's got a chance. That's what I always used to say.
Man, I don't know what Chris Golding did wrong defensively. He was there the whole time.
Looked like he had pretty good position there, didn't it?
He had position for 3 seconds. I know there was contact, but he was still the whole time. He had his hands in. And that's why Gary Irvin was saying that's on 4-3. Because you want him out of the game.
That's a big foul, isn't it? 2 fouls already on Golding. Adelaide should keep attacking him, see if they can get him on 3 or 4 quick fouls and get him out of the game.
Tomlinson handed it off to Golding. Got Carter on him.
Good defense by Carter.
Walker has already hit a 3. That one rims out. Melbourne looking stagnant on the offensive end. Carter with a bomb. Wow.
Woo, he's ready to go. He had the high knee lift on the way back. He is set for a big one.
Tigers get it through hands. The 36ers have scored 15 points in 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Ballinger tries to plug up the leaky boat and can't. The ball goes the other direction. That rims out. A very soft shot by Ballinger, but it's been all one-way traffic for the 36ers.
A little bit of difference in the defense there. Ballinger was put under a little bit more pressure. He had Mitch Creek flying across at him and just a few other dimensions. Rather than just getting a spot up and take that open shot, he had a little bit of pressure. May have been the difference.
Carter. His finger rolls off the mark. Greer to Tomlinson.
Once again, these guys are hitting some really tough ones. They get a little layup. I don't think I was expecting it to be quite so open as we see Greer take another 3. These guys are bombing up the 3s here in this game.
Maybe not the one they wanted. Irvin. Little ankle breaker action. He throws it away. Golden with a heads-up play. They need a good shot. It's been a few possessions where they haven't gotten exactly what they want. Good shot by Ballinger, just rimmed out. Golding creates a bit of space.
That's really good D there by Rhys Carter, and Adelaide will get the last shot with 10 seconds to go in the quarter.
31-point quarter for Adelaide, and a shot at some more. Irvin for 3.
Oh!
Off the mark, and that'll end a very potent first quarter by both of these teams. Melbourne Tigers started off quickly, but Adelaide had the last answer, 31-26. Welcome back to Adelaide Arena. You're watching the NBL Final Series live on the 10 Network. And great to see all that action live, especially when the games are being played like this. Yeah,
great start by both teams, really. Melbourne got out to a fantastic start. I'm surprised Adelaide are in the lead because Melbourne shot it unbelievably well at the start of that quarter. Adelaide just hung on, like we said. It got on a bit of a roll, and we're talking about possible X factors. Rhys Carter, hasn't he stepped up so far? 9 points already in that first quarter.
Oh, you're dead right. And he was the one who probably did the best job on Chris Golding once he's hot. And as you know, once a guy is hot, normally it's too late. Petrie kind of shuffled the feet a little bit, got away with that. Here come Melbourne.
It's the worst matchup to get, getting shifted onto someone that's boiling hot. because they are literally going to score on anyone. It doesn't matter who's guarding them, but really hard to shut down.
Tomlinson gets the screen, looking for the roller. Ballinger back to Tomlinson. Good feed down low to Morrison. He's fouled, can't get the roll. Good patience by the Melbourne Tigers. When you're playing against a team as hot as the 36ers are, and they want that transition, and you've got Morrison down on the block, you might want to get it through a few sets of hands.
Yeah, that screen and roll's working really well between Tomlinson and Morrison. They're playing that well. They're causing a switch, and Irvin's ending up down on Morrison, and he's not doing a great job of fronting the ball, so they're able to get the ball into him, and that's all over once Morrison catches it that close to the basket with Irvin on his back. They've got to come across and foul, or it's a guaranteed 2 points for Morrison.
And Tomlinson shooting the basketball well enough to where he just can't go way below that screen. Really improved on that area of his game. Gibson loses the handle right to Tomlinson. He's got numbers. Rhys Carter with the block. And Farrakhan off the foot.
That's a huge play by Carter. Nick guaranteed 2 points from Melbourne. They had a 2-3-on-1. Carter just timing that block exceptionally well as we see him come in out of screen, and a little bit of incidental contact afterwards, but great pressure and recovery there by Carter.
I thought he should have just dumped it off to Farrakhan. 2-on-1 fast break. Defense commits to you, dump it off. Gibson with the floater. There are a lot of big game players playing tonight.
Yeah, Adam Gibson, and he was the question mark coming into this game, whether his foot was going to be able to hold up under this sort of intensity and pressure, but he seems to be enjoying it out there.
Pass to Morris, and he loses the handle because it was tipped out of bounds. Again, Tomlinson looking to screen and roll with Morris. Farrakhan hasn't gotten an opportunity to roll. A little step back jump shot, fall aways off the back of the iron. Petrie with the long rebound. Gibson. His jump shot from the baseline rims around Rhys Carter.
Carter again.
And jacks up the shot. Rhys Carter has come to play. Game 1 of the semifinals here in Adelaide. He has got his game face on. Rhys Carter shooting, playing D, rebounding. Adelaide getting a punch from off the bench from number 15. We'll be back right after this short break.
In the open court, but he is one that has done exceptionally well against the Melbourne Tigers. He's been averaging 22 points against them, which is above his season average, and shooting it at a good clip as well at 60%. So we look forward to seeing him get more involved in this game as it progresses.
36ers extended defense gave the Tigers a little bit of trouble. Owen Odyssey from the three-point line, and he has been thrown in the ball game normally to play some good defense, but he did not hesitate outside the arc. Both teams just blistering from the land of plenty.
And that's the bonus of the game on Sunday. Adelaide were giving Odyssey wide open three-point shots. Odyssey was starting to get his eye in towards the end of that game. He hit a couple on Sunday, and so it doesn't surprise me he's coming out here with a bit of confidence to step into his three.
And Melbourne Tigers trying to come up with those rebounds. Morrison out of position on that one. Fouls Petrie Johnson back into the game. And you know when your team's playing this and gone, what an effort to get in.
Yeah, it's been a great build-up to this final series. I'm really looking forward to both in these final series going head-to-head. I mean, a lot of people at this stage when I speak to them are tipping that Perth can win in 2. Everyone's underestimated Wollongong all year long, and I can't do it at this stage. I think it's going to go to 3 as well as this series. I think both series will go to 3, and it's going to be a real interesting finish.
Great cut by Brendan Tees. I think he's starting to really feel comfortable in that role. If you play off him, he's quick to be aggressive. Worthington with Tees on him.
Adelaide with 4 fairly small guys. They're running pretty much a switching man-to-man defense here. The only big out there at the moment is big Luke Schenscher. So we see a tough 1-foot jumper from Wertho.
And you know what? he didn't really have much of a choice, and sometimes that's exactly what a guy needs to, nobody's questioning a shot if he misses it. He's able to get his confidence going. Irvin for three. And I watched him make about 200 of those before the game.
Yeah, he came in twice today for extra shooting sessions. He's looked really good. A lot of people try and, I guess if you're going to give him anything, give him the three, but because he is so quick at getting to the basket, but he can knock that down.
He'd want to shoot it like that too, because he walked into the gym with sunglasses on and it was dark. Offensive rebound by the Tigers. Golding thought he might have dragged that pivot foot. Ballinger misses one from mid-range that he would normally get.
Adelaide getting let off the hook on that one. Melbourne getting a couple of offensive boards and some relatively easy opportunities. There was one Ballinger wouldn't normally miss. Irvin getting fouled on that rebound.
The way the 36ers have played, probably the only blemish has been the 7 turnovers by Adelaide.
You always run the risk of that too. When you are a fast-breaking team, you're getting it out a lot. You push that envelope constantly about good decisions on the break, and you do have that chance of racking up those turnovers. Tease, that's a tough floater going left.
Almost got it to drop. And really, like you say, 7 turnovers, it really isn't that bad, especially if you're attacking the rim like that and you are wiping the glass clean with a 6-rebound advantage for the 36ers. Looking for Golding. He's got Carter all over him. Ball's knocked loose. Got to be careful he doesn't pick up a foul. Irvin, catch and shoot for 3. Is pulled down by Worthington, and the 36ers with an awesome first half by their starters, and of course an injection of Rhys Carter coming off the bench for 12 points in the first quarter at a high rate. Brett Maher has the hot man right now.
Rhys, great first half by you. Came out ready to go, dropped in some threes, but you're also taking a tough matchup. You look like you're enjoying that as well, guarding Golding.
Yeah, definitely. He got off to a hot start. I mean, 11 points in the first few minutes. I just saw it as my job to come in and just wear him, just not give him anything. Got a couple of hands on his shot and kept him out of his game a little bit. Slowed him down, and lucky to get a few fall the other end. But we turned it on after that first few minutes. We came out maybe a bit sluggish, couldn't find him, and then we just turned on our D a bit better.
Are you surprised the pace of this game? Both games offensively are playing very good games.
Yeah, I mean, that's our game. We play up tempo and we want to push it, but they came out the same way. They came out running in transition, 10, 12 trans points in the first quarter. Like I said, not really good enough from us, but we turned it up in the second and late in the first, and I think we're on track now.
Well, great first half for you. Keep it going in the second half. Wish you all the best.
Thanks, Mosey.
And upright, but that one was pretty close.
And it is, in real time, so hard to see that they're moving their hands back in. Kept alive by Morrison, but Gary Irvin reads the play, gets it to Gibson. Gibson looking for the roller. Irvin's been hot. He continues.
They need to just keep using that up. Get the ball to Gary Irvin and let him play. He is on fire in this third term.
Both teams shooting it very well. Golding's off the back of the iron. He's out of rhythm. Here come the 36ers. Gibson trying to create some space for Gary Irvin. His floater short. Worthington tips it to his teammate Tomlinson. Worthington on the good seal, and he gets the layup over Gary Irvin in that mismatch.
Another good pass by Tomlinson in the open court. His vision is superb to see that mismatch of Gary Irvin down there trying to guard Mark Worthington.
Nate Tomlinson with 12 assists in the game. Skips it to Rhys Carter. He's off the mark, but he keeps it alive. He gets it to Golding.
Silly foul there by Luke Shenchen. Didn't need a foul, and now Melbourne will walk the length of the court. Adelaide in foul trouble, get 2 easy ones, which could get Golding back into rhythm.
Nate Tomlinson just 2 of 7 from the field. but 12 assists. He's done a tremendous job of getting the basketball into the bigs.
Yeah, his vision is fantastic. He's coming down on the break, making good decisions in the half court, getting the ball into the bigs. He's having a great game, and you don't have to score to influence a game, and 12 assists is unbelievable for a point guard.
And that is a silly foul, because look who you put on the line. Golding hasn't done much since those quick 11 points. And he gets 2 cheapies. He didn't like the look of that one. He's following his own shot.
He'll take it, though. And yeah, as you said, this could get him back into rhythm. The last thing Adelaide need when they're up 9 on a little bit of a roll, they need to keep him as cold as they can.
Creek puts it on the floor. One bounce dribble is an air ball. Walker. His 3-point shot is good. So after a foul by Schencher, Golding goes to the other line for 2 freebies and then a 3-point shot by Lucas Walker, and the Melbourne Tigers have scored the last 7 points, and the momentum is swung.
Yeah, Adelaide are going to have to start respecting Walker from the 3-point line. He's knocked in a couple tonight. They're going to have to close him out a little bit harder and put him under a bit more pressure. They can't just keep giving him that wide open shot. He deserves it now.
And once again, don't miss the other series. Game 1 tomorrow night. The Perth Wildcats going up against Wollongong. And Wollongong hit more threes in that game against the Sydney Kings than any other team in the 40-minute format. I thought they were hot, but I didn't know they were that hot.
They were hot. Oscar Foreman on fire. Rodney Clark on fire. They have been great. Rhys has been superb for them as well. He has really stepped up his game, especially the second half of the year. They've got a lot of avenues. Perth, everyone's just ticking the box for them, but they better watch out when Wollongong come to town.
Well, with Rhys Martin healthy and in the form that he's in, that means that they've got often 2 guards, one on either side of the floor, coming off of those on-ball screens, making plays.
And then when you've got someone like Oscar Foreman picking and popping to try and guard that is very, very difficult.
And don't forget Tim Conrad, too. And he was knocking down shots as well in that huge win that they had over the Sydney Kings to put themselves into the playoffs. Schencher to Irvin. Finally misses one.
Tough shot there too. Probably not the shot Adelaide wanted, even though Irvin's been hot. He had a hand right in his face from a foot or 2 outside from 3. They just didn't seem to have much motion on that play as we see a turnover from Tomlinson.
Then Adelaide almost give it right back. Carter, his lefty is good. He's like a street baller. He can make something out of nothing.
Just weaving his way through there. He was on fire from 3 in that first half. He is looking to score.
Golding spinning.
Good defense.
A travel. Man, that wasn't a real confident call, was it?
I think he was more worried that Joey had just yelled out travel in his ear, and he didn't want to have to call it just after Joey had yelled it at him. But that was really good defense by Rhys Carter, just sliding his feet.
Carter splits the D. He's fouled on Chris Golding.
Foul on Golding. That takes him to 3. Morrison on 3. This could spell a little bit of trouble. They certainly don't want those guys getting into foul trouble in this game.
There is the foul trouble. Tees on 3, Johnson on 3, and as you mentioned, Morrison on 3 and Chris Golding. Carter with a bomb. That's an air ball. And he just shows a hand to the bench of the Adelaide 36ers.
It was a little apology hand, I think. As soon as it left, he realized that is not even close.
Now he's playing the D. On Golding. Tomlinson gets it into Morrison. skip it to Walker. He puts it on the floor. Back to Tomlinson. Now he's wide open just before the shot clock expires. Not a bad possession for the Tigers.
I think a good possession by both teams. Melbourne used the ball really well, and Adelaide played pretty good defense. They had a good hand on that shot under pressure. They had Tomlinson shooting it, which is one of the guys they would want.
Foul occurs early. That was on Jason Kadee, just using that arm bar as Nate Tomlinson used the surprise attack. Looked like he was just going to slow it down and get into their half-court stuff.
You just didn't expect him to go, did you? He just looked like he was hesitating, going to pull it out. A quick reverse. He's at the line, though, for two.
Hard to fault a man, even if he misses a free throw when he's sitting on 12 assists with plenty more basketball to go. That's a lot of assists for a 40-minute game. Because if he gets it going, if he gets up around 20, Petrie, he looked like he walked. Good hands by Golding.
Yeah, still with 12 minutes to go in the game as well. There's a lot to play in this game. He could easily, Craig, if he keeps going at this pace, he'll be up around that 20 mark, which is a great game.
And he plays plenty of minutes. Tigers just cannot afford not to have him in the game. Shencher. His hook shot is long. Tomlinson runs it down. He's got no numbers.
Adelaide doing a much better job of picking up that first man with the ball, slowing Nate Tomlinson down there, but some good penetration by Walker. He's getting in through those gaps and causing some trouble for Adelaide as we see it narrowed now to a 7-point lead.
The fact that he's knocked a couple down has changed how they run at him. Creek missed his first one by a long shot. That one was a much better look. Tigers have numbers. Walker to Golding. Into Walker on the mismatch. Just backs down Kadee. Loses the handle.
Thought Adelaide probably should have sent someone running at that, because if he'd got his balance there, it was all over with Kadee trying to guard Walker down low. It's not going to happen. So we see a tough move there by Petrie. Nice rebound by Wertho.
Just under a minute and a half. A minute and a half to go here in the third. Golding. Still got Carter all over him. He rips it through his jumper. It's short.
Carter's doing a great job defensively on Golding. Golding looking to be active offensively, but
Carter, I think he was looking past that. With that size, picks up the offensive rebound. I think Carter might be on his way out. Even though I do think that was a pass.
Well, possibly a pass, but no one really wanted that.
With the Melbourne Tigers.
Adelaide choosing to see that one go over. I think when it's a 50-50 like that, you just have to grab it. You can't leave it up to the referee. You just don't know which way they're going to call it on a 50-50.
Golding catches a break. Kind of got caught in the air, nowhere to go. And no angle on a pass. 9 straight points by the Tigers. Tomlinson looking for an interior target. Finds Golding. He's got Rhys Carter all over him. Pull-up jump shot. Oh, short. That looked good.
Did look good too. Melbourne Tigers with all the momentum. Adelaide need to take care of the ball. Rhys Carter for three. He's been hot tonight.
I'm not sure if that was a great shot in that situation.
I think they could have run a bit more of the clock down, but when you're hot, and he's hot tonight.
He sure is. Come up with one big play after another. Golding gets to the rim and lays it up on a reverse layup. Tigers just hanging in there, but they're running out of time.
Seeing a few guys looking like cramming up. Tomlinson really having trouble with his calves there as he runs back down the defensive end.
Petrie, good catch by Johnson. Tomlinson beats everybody to the ball and then loses it.
Oh, thought Carter was going to launch that one. He was looking for it too. Luckily for the defense, they got out to him. Adelaide running the clock down.
Tomlinson cannot even move. It shows you how reluctant Anstey is to take Nate Tomlinson out.
He wants to keep him in. It looks like Farrakhan might be checking into the game, but Tomlinson really cramping.
What an effort by the Melbourne Tigers. Went on a 9-0 run before Rhys Carter hit a bomb. .com.au for the final series.
I'd really like to see him up to pressure a little bit. Get up to court, full court press, three-quarter court press. They need to do something to change the tempo. They've caused some turnovers, but they need to lift the tempo of this game.
Johnson going left, gets it to Petrie for the jam. 1 second left on the shot clock. Adelaide trying to put the nail in the coffin on the Tigers. And Lucas Walker and Petrie getting into it a little bit. That's what you don't want to see. Frustration setting in. The game that looks like it's going to be won by the 36ers.
There's a real good pass there by Daniel Johnson feeding Petrie going to the bucket. Lucas Walker can't respond.
Lucas Walker not happy with the contact that he gets from Johnson after the shot. Lucas Walker probably feels like he's caught the raw end of a couple of physical encounters.
Michael Allen calling some of the players and coaches in just to try and get control back in this game. That was an unnecessary foul there by Daniel Johnson closing out. He got caught, fouled him in the air, and then, as you said, Walker a little bit upset about how the last couple of plays have panned out.
Yeah, he gave him a little bit of a shove after the shot. It's really a mental error. Right in front of the referee. They want the clock to keep ticking. Lead is 14. Everything going your way when you're trying to make up a deficit like this in a short period of time. Walker trying to make it 2 out of 3. He gets it.
I think if you're looking at this game, where can Melbourne pick up these points or turn this game around? They've got to get the ball to Morrison a little bit more. He's on 7 points in this game. He's back in the game now, but
Petrie with a sweet reverse layup as Morrison came to contest the dunk.
he needs to impose himself in this game a little bit more. Morrison, as we see Farrakhan pull up for a 3. They need to take some early shots if they're going to get back into this one.
Yeah, you need to roll the dice. You don't want to get close. You want to put yourself in a position to win. And he pulls the trigger early, comes up empty. Irvin gets trapped, throws it to Walker. Good hands by
Good
Schencher.
save.
Carter's got to get one off the back of the iron. Tigers have numbers. Golding. And he lays it up short. Good hands by Schencher. They have saved 2. Farrakhan for 3. Off the back of the iron. Good hustle by the 36ers as the ball just laid on the rim.
Good hands there by Carter. Really put Golding under pressure. I wasn't sure if Schencher's hand went through, but looked like it came up on the outer side of the ring, so it was legal. Farrakhan missing the follow-up 3.
And that's what Chris Anstey is complaining about, that Schencher came up through the rim. As the ball's sitting up there, Schencher come from the outside.
Outside. He did collect the net on the way up, which probably was the thing that caused the confusion there.
timeout, the Adelaide 36ers.